Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Sunless Sea. I just realized I've made a tactical error. Our brisk campaigner needs a zoop. If we get her the muter salt she needs and give her the zoop, then we don't have enough to cash in with our good friend, the merchant venturer. So, we've made a little bit of a tactical error here, because we need one more zoop. So that's going to be a problem. We're going to have to head back and try and get another one. And that might not be the easiest thing, because it's a little ways away now, and that's going to cost us a lot of fuel and supplies just to go right back to where we just were. So we can't go there this time. We're going to have to come back and do it again next time. So we're going to get the muter salt we need, but we're not going to cash it in just yet. We'll use the 7 zoops to get the merchant venturer to be happy, because I have a feeling that his request is going to be a little bit better to cash in now, because we can find out what he needs next and start working on that as well. And then we head back to Mount Palmerston and we can get what we need for the brisk campaigner. Hopefully she doesn't die as a result of this, but it was definitely not my finest moment, that realization that I accidentally totally missed what I should have been doing. So, whoops. We're going to head from the Salt Lions here over to Frostbound, then Codex and Wither, and then we'll head down towards Fallen London from there, because we should have everything we need at that point. We should have everything we need at that point. It is getting dark, though. We may want to be using our lights a little bit more here, but that will burn through our fuel a little bit faster. I'm not sure if we can buy anything in Frostbound or the environs nearby to be able to make up for that. Let's sail on through to the other side. Hello there. What are you? You're a Western Angler Crab. I could fight you, but I'm not going to. I'm much faster than you, and I don't think you can do anything about it. We're just going to sail right on past. Yep, you can't do anything about us. We're too quick for you, Crab. That's fine, though. We're approaching Frostbound, Wither, and Codex relatively quickly here, so we should be able to make do soon. There we go. Something awaits us at port, so we'll be able to get some free supplies from these fine folks. We got lots of actual food, though, incidentally. Our food hasn't really ever been a problem on this particular venture. It's just our fuel that's been low. I guess that makes sense, given how much fuel we've been using lately. Getting that 10% reduction might be better now, actually, from the tireless mechanic instead of from Maybe's daughter. Here in Frostbound, though, we'll take tea with the squatters at the dock. There we go. Gets us a fuel and a supply and loses 10 terror, which is quite nice. And we'll create our port report. And do they sell anything here? They don't. Let's keep moving. So, we're on a bit of a mission here. We've read a lot of these repetitive texts before, so we're not reading them all every time, but we have a couple very specific goals in mind, so we're trying to zip around the sea here to get them all done. Sometimes it goes a little bit easier than others. Right now, we're heading to Wither to buy a muter salt, Vendorbyte, to hopefully cash in another reward with the first curator, and then we'll head down to Fallen London again to see what we can do with our genial magician. Hopefully, there will be plenty of nice things in store for us, but we have to get down there before we can tell. Also, we might have to fight 1 or 2 lifebergs up here, and by have to, I mean choose to, of course, but they often drop some very nice things if we can kill them, so... And generally they're not that hard to fight either, so... If we can find them, it'll be worth our time. The only problem might be fuel remaining, but we'll deal with it as we get to that problem. So, we'll dock in Codex, quickly compile a port report, check the shipyard and the shops. They do sell fuel here, but we don't want to buy it from them. We're going to sail straight on to Wither, which is where we've actually been planning on coming all this time. Alright. Surprisingly enough, there's really not a lot up here. Ah, there's a lifeberg. Well, there had to be one. Let's fight this one. We will need to buy some fuel after this, but we should be able to. We should be able to. The lifebergs hit really hard if they manage to actually get close enough to hit us, as we found out recently. Thankfully, that's the biggest problem for them. Did he go underwater there? I don't know if he did. kind of unsure as to what happened just now. Well, he's going for a little charge here. But he's dead first. Alright, turn off the lamps. We're down to one piece of fuel left. We're going to have to go get some more. Hopefully we get something good from this colossal lifeberg. We'll gather treasures. We get a hunting trophy and a cache of curiosities with a tightly sealed crate. Is that the mark of the Iron Republic, Hell's client state? Oh, 3 Foxfire candles. Oh, very nice. Very nice indeed. We've actually found those before. I just keep forgetting what they were. The candles will be helpful, though, if we are planning on doing our dangerous exploratory mission soon. For now, we'll gather some intelligence here in Wither. We'll explore the town. What do we find in the odd streets here? Ah, we found an intriguing smell. We could get something mysterious. The Tyrant's Treat, if we succeed in the Hearts Challenge, gives us a bunch of bonus stats, but it might not be very good if we fail. Let's try it anyway. We succeeded! Very nice. Tyrant Moth Antennae. We know how to deal with these. We break them up again into fragments and swallow the dipping fragments each in a gulp, exhaling briskly to savor the vapors afterwards. It's a complex rather than a pleasant flavor, but its tonic effects are marvelous. We've gained 2 mirrors, we've gained 2 iron, we've gained 2 hearts. Not a bad reward at all. I'm quite happy with gaining 6 stats for basically nothing. Alright. Well then. While we're still here in Wither, we're going to buy a Muter Salt again. It's expensive, but we'll just hold on to it for now. And with that done, we can move on. With that done, we can move on. So, let us set sail once again. Actually, that's a lie. First, we need to try and buy some fuel. Oh, no, they want fuel for Z-Stories. Alright, that's not going to work out. We're going to have to quickly drop by Wither, our other Codex again, so we can pick up some more fuel. And then we'll head down to Venderbite from there. Because, buying fuel for Z-Stories is not an acceptable price. I'd quite happily pay 20 Echoes of fuel rather than paying Z-Stories for fuel. We're on our last fuel. Our last one. People might start to panic now, but we should be okay. Our fuel reserves are empty, but we've made it into Codex where we can easily pick up some more. We're not going to buy too much because it is quite expensive, and we should be able to get down to Venderbite easily on 5 fuel. I think the cost of fuel there is pretty much the same, but we'll find out when we get there. And I have a suspicion there won't be anything too dangerous on the way. Never mind, we immediately run into a Lifeberg. Alright, well, I'm just going to sneak past this one. We already fought one Lifeberg, and our fuel situation's not great, so we're just going to leave this one alone. They're not particularly hard to kill. Actually, you know what? We will fight this one, but now that we're on the other side of it, we will fight it. Because that means... Oh! Oof! 30 damage. That is quite the hit we just took there. Because that means we'll be able to back towards our destination while we fight it. And that should help us out with our fuel situation and getting where we want to go. Just as long as we don't accidentally back up into a whirlpool. Keep coming there, guy. You know you wanna. Keep moving. Keep moving back towards Venderbite. One more. Go for the charge. Try it. Try it. Oh, so easy. Alright. That 30 damage hit was pretty hard, though. Alright, let's gather some treasures here. 3 outlandish artifacts and a hunting trophy. Very nice. That is a good reward that we seem to get fairly regularly, so I'm quite happy about that. Straight down to Venderbite we go. Not as efficient as just sailing straight here, but we did get some nice rewards out of it, so I shouldn't complain. In Venderbite, we'll dock and do a couple things here. First of all, we'll gather our port report. Second of all, we will explore Venderbite, just to see what happens. A familiar corkscrewed street. Here we are at the vengeance of Jonah again. Our feet or our nose has brought us back. The welcoming yellow glow is like the little windows of our own home. The terrors of the Z recede a little. Lost one terror, we're back in the vengeance of Jonah. Well, that was not ideal, but such it goes. We can give them our strange catches. We have 2 of them. Why not? It gets us 5 echoes and 3 supplies. We were very fortunate, apparently. Oh yes, this one is interesting. Certain of the organs may be consumed only if boiled in the beast's own venom. They're remarkably nutritious, although the taste does rather linger. Good lord, it does linger. Move on, taste. Move on! Well, that's 3 supplies for not a whole lot. And let's do it again. Because we can just go here. We were fortunate again. Same exact situation. We get another 3 supplies for 1 strange catch. That is very profitable, actually. That's good to know. And we're going to visit the first curator while we're here, because I think we have something for him. I don't know if this thing does anything, but the thing that's Cosmogone, I haven't seen anything else Cosmogone at any point. We know some things that are Gant. We know we have 1 or 2 things that are Aposcyan. I don't know about Irigo either, but I haven't seen anything else that's Cosmogone, so we're going to give him this. And it doesn't seem to do anything. A cavity. Beside the curator's couch waits a humped machine of iron and brass. There, it wheezes, straining to raise its arm. A recess, approximately the size of the cinder, waits. We place the cinder there and close the lid. Faint atonal music, like the pricking of starlight, drifts from within. I will never see Parabola, the curator wheezes. But perhaps you will. Take this mirror. It was born in a volcano. Dark glass, serpent carved. A captivating treasure is ours. Very nice. And we've spent our ray-drenched cinder. But we no longer have Cosmogone either. All we need now is Aposcyan, Gant, and Irigo. We're getting there. It's taken a long, long time, but we're finally finding what we need to actually accomplish the task he gave us at the beginning of the game. Oh boy. They'll buy our monstrous almanac for 1,000 echoes. That's not bad if we don't want to keep it. We'll have to remember that. There's probably, I think I remember seeing a bunch of places we could sell the items. I know that in Wither we could sell the anatomical cabinet for 100 echoes, but that's nowhere near as good. Well, let's sail on for now. Make our way back down to London. We're low on fuel, but we should be able to make it. Restless nights. Well, let's ignore these dreams, lose our terror. We don't really want to have people panicking right now, so we'll just sail on. Odds are we're pretty well equipped for a bunch of different things, but we'll see how everything plays out here. Unfortunately, we have to go back to Mount Palmerston again, given that we were just there. But I think we'll probably find some other useful information for us along the way. For now, though, we just want to get back to London without dying, so we'll sail in nice and easy. If something awaits us, we get our terror reduction, but it might also give us a terror increase, because our nightmares will gain strength that way. Which is interesting. It means that if you never go to London with something awaiting you, you'll never get increased terror, like nightmare strength. We're on our last bit of fuel, but we'll sail right back into the dock with it. I don't need your offer of assistance. Get out of here. Alright. An inspection by the Ministry of Public Decency. Some things are too illegal for the Customs Service to admit the existence of. The Ministry are here looking for those. Vials of red honey, a gift for the Pirate King, or a firkin of red honey. We don't have any of those things. Search as thoroughly as you like. They leave scuff marks on the newly scrubbed decks and take great pleasure in tangling the rigging. They find nothing more dangerous than a moldy ship's biscuit. We have no suspicion at all now. Let's sigh a breath of relief. We have 2 nightmare strength now. Man, nightmares are starting to be a problem for this captain. We're going to collect our messages from the Harbor Master. The Alarming Scholar wants our attention again. Interesting. We have another free evening. Someone wants to sign on. Well then, let's investigate that. Let us, first of all... There's so many different things happening here. Let's go speak to the Venturer. He wants 1,000 echoes for our 7 zoop. Here you go. You've gained 1,000 echoes. It's a specialist taste. But where I'm going, there are specialist customers.
One more thing.
How many things do you want from me? How much money do you have? Something intricate. Well, I can do this right away. Done. That's super easy. Okay. Good thing we got all those outlandish artifacts from fighting the Lifebergs, because we can cash them in right away. They want something intricate. Something in buried treasure, broken museums, pirate cargoes, the stomachs of monsters. 1,500 echoes for nothing. That's awesome, because these outlandish artifacts we acquired really easily. So, that is amazing money.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. When I look at these, I want so much to travel again. But there's only one journey left in me, I think. You, on the other hand.
Okay, well, preparations are complete, apparently. I don't know what that means, but we just gained more echoes. The venture has a plan.
My operations here will continue without me, and I have gathered all the supplies I need for my greatest endeavor yet. I need to charter your ship.
What do you want to do?
Time to go. You and I, we are not numbered among the timid. Now is the time to complete what we have begun. Come with me. Come north. To Avid Horizon. To the High Gate.
Are you going through the Avid Horizon? Oh boy. Okay. 40 units of free cargo space and can reach Avid Horizon. I do not have 40 units of free cargo space. Wow. Okay, we need to get a bigger ship if we want to do that. But we at least know that we finished the Venturer's Desires. That's interesting. We're not going to tell him no. We'll just wait until we can tell him yes. Where'd he go, though? Oh, no, did he... Is he lost to me now because I didn't have the space to take him? That's dumb if that's what happened. Alright, let's get a new recruit here. Hire a Zailer for cheap. Let's head... Oh, no, he's still here. Okay, there's too many things in my sidebar now. He can't he can't appear in there right away. Lodgings is what I was looking for. Spend some time with our family. That'll reduce our terror nicely. Just enjoy their company. There we go. We lost 20 terror. We don't get any more restful nights, though. We'll quickly drop by the Dark Spectacled Admiral. Actually, do we have any space in our hold right now? Yeah, we have some space. Okay, so we'll drop by the Dark Spectacled Admiral and pass in all of our port reports again, because this is always good to do. This is why we collect them all. We have so many. The free fuel is the nicest part, I think, because that's probably the biggest problem we run into when we're exploring the Z. We just run out of fuel all the time. Isle of Cats, Polythreme, Visage, so many places we've been. Frost Fountain, Codex. Oh, we're actually out of space again. Womp womp. Alright, well, let's throw out the fuel, I guess. Done. I gotta stop doing that. I gotta make sure I have enough space for all the things I'm buying. We're gonna sell the wine while we're here. If we can. I think we can do that in the provisioners? No? Here we go. Mushroom wine. Not super valuable, but it's something. We got it for nothing, after all. We need the Muter Salt. We need the Scintillac. We should do that before we sell any of our other resources, actually, because I don't know what else we're going to need, come to think of it. I did this last time, too, and it didn't wind up working out very well for us. Now, if I had to guess, though... He wants strategic information from Khan's heart. Oh, that's unfortunate. Alright. Good to know. Forgotten Quarter. So, it looks like this may not work... Oh, here's Irigo. Yeah, so we have something with Irigo. The Eyeless Skull is Irigo. But we're going to give him what he needs to complete his plan.
Where I go alone. But I must ask your help. I know you have already been a good friend to me, but this will be the last thing I ever ask of you. Perhaps not quite the last thing. If something else comes back wearing my body, you will see me drowned, yes? Please.
We'll give you a Scintillac and 3 secrets. All the secrets we have, all the Scintillac we have. Go. Go and be well. Because I have a feeling this might not work out very well for you. Let's see how he comes back as. A hard victory. He is gone, as he told us, for 11 hours exactly. We wait in the old caravanserai at the quarter's edge. Blue lights flicker in the mist. An unlikely wind stirs our hair. And here he is. He staggers out of the mist. Blood trickles from his eyes, but he is smiling. An exhausted, desperate smile. He claps our hand and leans on our shoulder all the way back. Well, hopefully that's still him. It sounds like it's the real him. The Satisfied Magician. That sounds like it's him. The magician will not speak of precisely what happened there in the Forgotten Quarter, but he proposes a toast. To the ensnarement of serpents. That sounds like him. Toast. The magician is slower to smile than he was, but the smile, we think, is more sincere. He has no plans to leave the sea or our service. I owe this victory to you, he says. He looks down at the serpent image where it sits in his lap. Its wooden eyes seem to brim with furious desperation. And this will permit some partial repayment of my great debt to you. Speak to me later. We've lost 10 terror, we've gained a mirror, and the story continues. We now have a satisfied magician. Let's take a look at our officers here. Satisfied Magician is a chief engineer who offers us 6 veils, 5 mirrors, and a heart. That is some serious stats right there. It's 12 stats worth of boost from the Satisfied Magician. Whereas it's 8 on the Tireless Mechanic and 5% fuel efficiency. Or 9 on maybe his daughter and 100 engine power. 12 is quite a bit. Let's assign you for now. There you go. You can have the job. But we need to talk to you a little bit more. It sounded like you had more to tell us. Construct the Serpentine. Ooh. Make ourselves a fancy pants engine. This might be good for giving to the king, actually. Because it seems like it's a marvel of technology, but not the best of its type. Construct the Serpentine. He has an idea. I will set my enemy at the heart of an engine. I will make of him a beast of burden. But I'm going to need a dry dock. And some money. 1,200 echoes to the dry dock in London. Okay, well, we can afford that. We just got a ton of money for free from the Venturer. So, I think I'm quite happy to build this thing after all this time. Let's go to London's dry dock. The magician will supervise the work himself. At night, the Serpentine is a fuel-efficient engine of 1,800 power that increases both veils and hearts by 5. Wow, that's a solid engine. Alright, let's make it. I have set him within a cage of fire. He can look all he likes. He can rage all he wants. His hungers will drive us across the sea. Well done there, magician. That is, a nice resolution to your story. I imagine his story is done now. So this is more powerful at 2,500 engine power, but this one is fuel efficiency plus 10%, 1,800 engine power, 5 hearts, and 5 veils. That is a very nice engine. We'll probably gift it to the king, because I have a feeling that'll work out best for us. We will probably get rid of the clay stokers here, so that we can get more crew if we want to plan on doing that potentially deadly expedition to Godfall or to the Mangrove College, and we'll just fill up on candles since we got 3 already. While we're here, though, there's still some other things that are worth doing. We have a bunch of... Oh, we don't have extra cargo space now, don't we? Oh, that's right. We only used 1 Scintillac. That was the only thing that was actually in our hold. The other thing we used was secrets, which don't take up any space. Okay. Okay. We have a lot of stuff here. A lot of stuff. Not all of it actually takes up space, which is nice. We still need to get Irigo, and we could get that skull if we want to try and get Irigo that way, but there might be a better way to get Irigo. It seems like a bunch of these things have multiple paths. If we do need to get the skull, we'll just get the skull, but I'm tempted to explore around a little bit first, rather than immediately assuming that that first path we see is the best one, because there's still a bunch of very interesting things we haven't attempted. For now, though, we'll go back to the Dark Spectacled Admiral, drop in another port report so we can get the last free fuel that we're going to be getting. To be fair, though, if we're doing all this, it might not work out too well for us, because we're going to need to buy a whole bunch of candles anyway. I really wish you could get more space easily for your cargo, or you could put these things away so you could come back and get them from your home. because I don't want to get rid of these things. I wanted to make them because they're interesting and they're like, it makes sense that we try and create these interesting artifacts. But I don't know. I don't like the fact that they're stuck in our inventory now. We're probably going to wind up having to sell them, which is a little bit disappointing, but I think it's fair. We're not going to write the Song of the Z, and we already got the 7 stat boost from making it. We'll probably keep at least one of them, though. And the one of them that we're probably going to keep is probably whichever one is for our weakest stat, which might be the aquarium for now. Because our mirrors aren't as good as our pages or our hearts. Because we're going to be getting rid of our clay workers, which reduces our iron. It'd be nice if we had the anatomical cabinet, because that's the one that increases the iron. So we kind of make up for the fact that we're getting rid of these guys. But, I don't know. This is a position where we're kind of in a pickle here, because there's a bunch of things I want to do. From here, we want to go up to Mount Palmerston. We want to try and bring some cargo back from the Salt Lions again, see if we can get anything interesting to happen there. But more importantly, I want to try and do the Godfall or the Mangrove College explorations. But if we're going to do those, we need to make sure we stock up with like 10 or 15 candles, just to make sure that we don't immediately die. Because I have a feeling that having candles will help us mitigate the like terrible instant deaths if we don't progress like we might intend it to be. I imagine if you run out of candles in those places, you're just dead. So we want to try and make sure we have a nice, safe stockpile. We have plenty of money now again, so we can afford to buy them. But because I have so much limited inventory space, it doesn't make sense right now for us to try and go on that kind of expedition because we can't carry as much other stuff. So I think the kind of thing that we're going to need to do is we're going to need to go and decide which of the like legacy items we just created, the, I don't know what to call them, the anatomical cabinet style items, the, you know, aquarium and whatever, which one we're going to keep, get rid of our workers, keep one of them and go sell the other ones, as we also go to Mount Palmerston to get the Zoop so we can get the Muter Salt out of our inventory so we can get some more clear space, and we might go and sell off Sunlight again too, if we can, to get the mirror catch boxes out of our inventories, and then we'll at least have the money if we ever want to go back and try that again. We have the mirror catch boxes, the resources from them again, from having them full of sunlight, so we should be able to actually get a good reward. But I don't know, it's like, the problem is that our inventory is too full. So I think that's what we're going to have to address next. The fact that we just have so much junk in our inventory that it's making things a little bit challenging for us. Let's visit the Alarming Scholar. They want to tell us something. Do we have any space in our hold right now? We don't. I don't really want to talk to them if we don't have anything, because they might want to give us something. Brass Embassy doesn't need anything from us. Is there anybody else who would take some of our things? I don't think so. I could sell some of them, probably, but I don't know if we really want to, since they're all things I kind of want to have. Bah. Whatever, we'll sell a fuel. We have another, port report to drop in, so it's only worth 2 echoes, but we can get another one for free in a second. So let's see what the Alarming Scholar has to tell us. Oh, nothing, just fragments. Tantalizing shafts of light. Adam's Way. The nature of the Echo Bazaar. What lifebergs eat. The reason the islands seem to move. Why candles can't be trusted. The scholar has opinions on all these things. Some might even be true. Okay, well that was not quite what I was expecting, but I mean, we'll take it. We also have that captivating treasure, which we're going to hold on to for a little while. Might be useful. I don't know what we're going to do with it, but it could be good. Okay, now from here, we'll submit our last port report. Probably going to end this episode soon. I know we spend a lot of waffling around here in London, but sometimes these things are important. So let's drop in the Khan's Shadow one, because we're going to be going back there soon anyway. Also reduces our terror, which is nice, and gives us some echoes and some fuel. But, yeah, I think it makes sense for us to end the episode a little bit early this time. By a little bit early, I mean more or less on time. In theory, it could be good for us to try and get a merchant-class vessel, so we can do some of those bigger challenges we need. But then we wouldn't be able to use our forward weapons. And the forward weapons are really fun. So I don't know. What kind of hold capacity does this one have? The Maniad class frigate. This might be the one we upgrade to someday, if we can ever afford it. Because this one has much more hull, much more hold. It's heavy, but it carries more people, it's got more bonuses, and it still has forward weapons. Probably never going to get this much. This thing is shenanigans. But if we ever upgrade, it'll probably be to the Maniad class frigate rather than to the merchant cruiser. Either way, we're going to end this episode here for now. So thank you very much for watching, everyone. This has been Vanguard of Valor, playing a little bit of Sunless Sea for you. If you enjoyed it, let me know what you thought about it in the comments below. I look forward to seeing you next time. Until then, bye-bye.